Stephanie.
This is Andre.
This is Table for Four, Family Conversation Podcast, a T44 Media Group production. What's going on? Welcome to our live session.
Live session.
Happy Valentine's Day. How's everybody doing?
We good.
I'm good. What are you going to do with your significant other today? What are you going to do?
Nothing, because you going to school.
That is very, very true.
Well, we did stuff yesterday, so.
Yes. So usually what we've done, we just started a new tradition to do a Valentine's Day food crawl. So we started last year when we went to the Queensboro. So this year we wanted to go to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn was an adventure in itself, but with the winter storm, trending topic of today.
So it kind of messed up the morning drive to go places because we weren't sure if things were opening out. So
yeah, because weather pending.
So we ended up going to some place for lunch, pretty much lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll talk about that.
At this point, so we just want to know on this Valentine's Day, special Valentine's live sessions with us. Please let us know in the comments. Let us know. Text us. All that stuff on the social medias. DM us. Let us know about your love story. So I want to talk about our love story. So if you want to... Why are you laughing? Because what?
We both have two different versions of
we
it.
do. But
you want to talk about your version or you want to talk about my version?
No, your version is usually your version of this love story.
So first of all, we met in college and we were in the same field. And I was a year ahead of her, but I was going part-time. And my first interaction with Mrs. Molina, we were in... was it architectural history class? And it was like New York City architectural history class.
Was it architecture or was it model making?
No. For the first class, it was New York City, history of New York City architecture.
Oh, okay.
And I would always be the comedian in class, always cracking jokes.
Still is.
And I was like in the third row of the third row in class, and she would be like in one row above me. And every time I would crack jokes in class, she would just, you're funny. You're funny.
Whatever.
You're funny. Fast forward a year later, we're in model making class together.
Oh, this gets good.
It was more of a draw and design your own models class. I think it was like the third or fourth semester of the school.
So. I believe so. Yeah.
And the project was we had to go to the cloisters, to 3 different museums. I remember one of them was the cloisters. We had to go to the MoMA or the Guggenheim. And we had to get
the Whitney.
And the Whitney had to get postcards. And we had to look at anything that's abstract art. We had to get a postcard of it. And from that art, we had to create a floor plan and then a design for it. So she always had troubles like trying to visualize what was in the postcard. So I came over to the desk. I see this. I see a rectangle here, a circle here. I see like this, So I just drew it out for her, and then she kind of like ran with it. And then like weeks go by, and then I always tell this to everybody because like we had to, for model making, we would have to like cut chipboard. They didn't have 3D printers back then. Nope. There was no laser cutters, so we had to manually cut by hand.
Yep.
The cardboard
blades.
Yeah.
Score everything.
So we had to like manually cut everything. So I think the class was like a 3-hour class every week. And I was walking in the classroom, and then she was in between the aisle on the floor, bent over on all fours, like cutting cardboard. And as I walked by, this is what I tell everybody, I walked by right behind her as I'm walking through. I was like, I doubled back, I looked back, I was like, I'm gonna tap that one day. I'm like, I'm tapping that. And here we are.
Just terrible.
I'm like, I'm tapping that.
So, share your love story. I mean, as romantic as that is, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's very romantical. But I'm not even going to give you my version because it's not as interesting. So.
But then we started talking after that. Then when we first started dating.
You were dating like 3 other girls at the time.
No, I wasn't. I was talking to like 3 other girls. Yeah. And you were the 4th one.
Makes me so upset right now.
But like months later went by, and then we ended up going on a school trip to Boston to go see every year the school did a trip to Boston to go see MIT, the architecture department, go see Harvard University, to go look at their architecture program. And
It was really an interesting trip because it was something where I was all ready to go. I was like, yeah, let's go whenever. He's like, no, I don't want to go.
No, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to go. And then
yeah.
my car was in the shop. I just took it out
Right.
the day before the trip. And then she's like, I'll pay for you to go. Because there were guys after her in class in the department. And she didn't give them any time of day. So she was like, I'll pay for your trip if you come with me. I don't want to go with this guy. I was like, fine, I'll go. And then
yeah, because I pulled your arm. Yeah.
You twisted my arm like, come with me.
Yeah. I twisted your arm.
And then I wanted to go too. So
that was our first road trip together of the many road trips we shared together. And the song of the year that was a top chart was Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River. So you go check what year that came out, and that will
Damn.
So that was the top chart the time that we went out there. So we ended up really having a great time. We ended up talking all night, and then it just happens to go. He asked me.
She slept in my room.
And that happened.
She
Other people thought something happened.
Yeah. She slept in my room, and because our room was like the hot spot, so all the other students came to our room. We were watching TV, watching movies.
30 heads in that room.
I remember one night we were watching what is it? Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise and
or was it
Penelope?
Memento?
No, Vanilla Sky
With Tom Cruise,
with
yeah,
Tom Cruise and
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the time when it came out, and that was on TV. And actually, somebody had it like on a hard drive and
or a DVD.
Yeah, we were streaming it and plugged into the TV, and it worked.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were watching the movie, and then she wasn't feeling well. She stayed in my room.
Yeah,
Nothing happened. I was being a gentleman. I was being a gentleman.
I was like,
and then the next day, like everyone was asking her, "Oh my God,
what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Did you guys sleep?
Did you sleep with
him?"
And I was like, no, I was having diarrhea because I was having too many shots or something. No,
you were PMSing.
Oh, that's what it was. I got my period that day. Yeah. So nothing did happen.
All the details. Nothing happened. And I tell people nothing happened.
And they don't believe us till this day.
I'm an honest guy.
I got nothing to hide. But that trip ended up being really nice. And I think the next morning,
that's when we realized,
you knocked on the door and you said, "You want to be my girlfriend?" I was like, sure.
Yeah, let's go dating.
That's good. That's it.
Here we are.
Started dating. But that's how your love story starts. I know a lot of people have online stories or really great stories, general or online stories. And, it's just a matter of
it's not like we bumped into each other.
No. No. I didn't like him in the beginning, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, he's a womanizer. He's just talking to all these girls,
telling lies and stories telling lies and stories." But at the end of the day, I mean, it's about having a conversation, and then you become friends first, and then things progressively from there. And 22 years later, we're here chilling on our how many Valentine's Day have we celebrated? 21 Valentine's Day?
Probably 22.
22. I lost count.
I lost count.
What was your favorite Valentine's Day celebration?
My favorite set?
Mm-hmm.
So many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got flowers delivered to your job.
Mm-hmm.
These big, huge roses at the dance studio.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you gave me...
I got a funny story.
Are you talking about the card? Are you
talking about two stories. The first one is, always like every Valentine's they have on the side of the road. They always have people selling flowers, like these fake, these flowers, teddy bears.
I know this one.
So this particular year, I was like, I came home from work. I was like, I'll probably let me go buy some flowers and this and there in that particular stand they were selling like thongs, but they were like shaped in roses. They were all rolled up into like roses with a stem. And I was like, I need this particular size. They're like, oh, no, one size fits all. One size fits all.
Nah.
And then I brought it to her, and then she opened it. She's like, I don't fit into these. I'm like, the guy says.
The thing, you didn't tell the story right. You didn't know that they were thongs.
I knew there was a thong.
Oh, you knew?
I knew.
Oh, I didn't know.
I just didn't know the size. I asked him, let me get this particular size. So I opened
them. I'm like, the hell, this is toothpicks. Let's go fit me.
This only fits in one thigh. Like,
I forget it.
Yeah, that was fun.
I never put them on. What was the second story?
And the second one was after this we were together, and she used to work on 28th Street. On 23rd, was it 23rd?
23rd by the Flatiron.
Yeah, she used to work for this architectural company there, and we used to meet up every Friday for lunch.
Yeah.
And I used to get out.
Technically do.
and I got out the train, and I went, and right underneath her her job was a CVS.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, let me go get her a card. So I bought the card, and then everything that I wanted to say from my heart was written inside the card. I was like, oh man, this is perfect. And then when I get to the register, the guy looked at me, I looked at him, I smiled, and he smiled back, and then I paid for it, and then I put my name on it, and then I went upstairs and I dropped it off, and I delivered it to her, and then she opened it, and what did it say?
To my lovely husband. Then you were talking about how you think that guy was giving you a look, and I was just I'm
looking. I'm like,
don't get me wrong. Whatever was inside, it was perfectly said.
Perfectly said.
He said everything he wanted to say, but it said to my lovely husband.
My lovely husband.
And I was just like, so you can't make this shit up.
Yeah, she's like, to my husband.
To my husband.
I said, give me that shit. I was like, yo. Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
But Valentine's Day is something you celebrate, not just on one day of the year, but every day of the year. So let's go on and let's talk about what's going on for Valentine's Day. What are our trending topics? So we want to talk about Super Bowl. What are the performances? What about the commercials and who won? I remember last time we talked about on our live that we were talking about who was going to win.
I said the Chiefs.
Chiefs. So there we go. I know there were people that would bet money. I know there was a quick story about Drake. He won money.
Yeah, he bet $1.3 million, and
he bet $1 million. He got back $1 million. So
yeah,
he broke even.
Yep.
But talking about who won, I know you said that there's a celebration going on.
Yes, today is on Valentine's Day. They're doing the parade in Kansas City for the Chiefs. So that's the celebration right there.
Okay. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Did you expect it to happen? Did you know? Like, tell me your thoughts of how Super Bowl went for you, because we didn't. You had to walk. You had to work. You had
so double. I watched it on the train.
So I was able to go to your brother's house and his big TV, and then like a lot of people gathered there, had wings, pizza, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing the commercials, everything like that. So I got a chance to see it on the TV, but I know you said you couldn't. You couldn't talk about it. So what was your experience?
I was at work. I was watching it on my phone. I was like it was just. I guess because they were going back and forth. It was like they would tie the game, score, tie the game, and then they ended up winning in overtime, 25-22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting, I guess.
I'm not a sportscaster.
That has nothing to do with sportscasting. Yeah, I'm talking about your experience. Like, did you think it was exciting? Did you think it was good? I mean, what else?
It was good. It wasn't. It's not your. To me, like if my team is not in it, it ain't fun. I'll just watch it.
Got it. Okay. Moving on. So, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? So, I don't know if you have a clip of the one of the favorite Dunkin' Donuts or the Dunk Kings.
Yeah, my favorite commercial was the Dunk Kings. With
I know there was some other ones, but this one I think it got like the most. Oh, see here it talks about the Kansas City Super Bowl victory in Kansas. Yep. So that
2 years in a row. Yep. Kansas City fans will descend on downtown to celebrate a Super Bowl win and show some love to their favorite players. And it starts today. The
49ers must be pissed.
February 14th. Let's have a parade on Wednesday.
Yay. Oh, today is Ash Wednesday as well, starting the beginning holidays of Lent. So what will you be not doing? What are you going to be giving up for Lent?
I don't know.
Oh no! Oh, here's a Dunk Kings.
Yeah, this is the extended version. The short version is Ben Affleck trying to promote his song and video to Jennifer Lopez for her album. So this is the extended cut right here.
Oh my God, he was so bored. Why does he look so bored?
Bored. He laughed. Said I was bored. No, studying. Always watching. Who's on the stage? What moves can I steal? I can do that. Why could it be?
What's going on, baby? I'm in the office, in the editing studio. It's a fun thing for me because I've never done, any music thing or anything like that. I think because of that, I had this crazy dream. You're gonna laugh. I had come up with like some beats and some rhythms, and then you were like, "That's dope. I love that. Like that's amazing. That's like a whole new sound. Maybe we should put that on the record." I even had like a persona like J-Lo or like B-Lo. That's the bad version, obviously. Do you have any time today if I wanted to squeeze by and like? I understand.
Jen, you know, not the only one with a dream. Not the only one with
Why the
an
fuck you sound
identity
like
and a
Batman?
self-expression and the truth.
Chance, what's going on? These are the beats right here.
CD?
Big time music expert. You don't know where music comes from? Goes on CDs,
I
partner.
do remember those.
This is rough, but it's also
said me.
finished. What you hear there is like, that's the soul of it. And I'm still down with Duncan.
Oh my God,
Should I do
this
the
is-
dance with it or not?
Probably not.
This is rehearsal. We'll be here all day.
I'm not bored. I'm locked in.
I got like this or too subtle.
I should be
What?
on that stage.
I didn't
I'm
see
a
this. You
dancer.
said this is the extended
Yeah,
cut.
this is the extended version. Yeah,
Are you kidding though, right? That's it.
No.
I like
Is
the
that
sweater.
you?
Grab me
I
a
am back.
glaze.
I
Grab
know,
me a
that's
glaze.
bit of a
I
younger
want that
picture.
sweater.
Jennifer Lopez's husband. That's cool.
I'm a kind of influencer myself of
Well,
sorts.
what do you do?
I do some acting and writing and directing of movies, which are a long-form entertainment that were popular in the 20th century.
All day I dream of donuts. Whoa.
You know, I think if I do that, people could be overwhelmed.
We could always do like a step.
Bing, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
I mean, yeah.
Oh my
Who
God.
is TikTok?
This is.
They tell you
What
you're
is
no
TikTok?
good. You're a goofy, middle-aged, clumsy white guy with no rhythm, and you can't sing on
A
key.
clumsy
You're
white
not
guy with
coordinated.
no rhythm.
That means I can't be a pop star?
That is.
Underestimate Boston. Mm-hmm. At your peril. This is me now.
I thought this was one of the brilliant commercials. Hilarious.
Actually, she comes by my spot, don't ask permission. Now I'm just gonna go in there and show her what I can do.
Here's why I know it's right. It's because there's a voice.
No, it ain't
Don't
right.
do this terrible.
But you need to hear.
No, that's the
mhm.
wrong
No,
voice.
it's not.
What if it's
It
a voice
is.
of reason?
It's a voice of
Nah,
reason.
I don't have that voice.
Yeah,
believe me.
well, then, I don't know then. Mm-mm-mm.
You could do this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Flack on the track.
What up, Bronx? For your consideration, here comes the Boston Massacre. Don't kill me on them keys. Player coach.
You got it.
I'm going long, John. Oh, and needs no introduction, my partner.
Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend, man.
Oh.
You said you were gonna support me?
shit.
No, Henry, no.
Yo.
Don't go away. My heart. Why you dunking me, girl? Why you dunking?
Donkey.
My heart.
This is me now.
Yeah.
How do you like them donuts? I'm so sorry.
You had to see it, but I forgive you. Lay us on the track. What track are we?
We talked about this.
Let's go.
It's cold.
You know what?
Yo.
You're biased.
You're
You're
biased.
blinded by them pinstripes. Wrap it up. Here goes Babe Ruth.
Oh.
Tom?
You
You can stay.
You remember when I told you I'd do anything for you?
This is the anything.
This is anything.
Show. They're naming a drink after us.
Okay. All right, so let's break that down.
Like they're naming a drink after us.
So, all right. This is what Super Bowl commercials are. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be catchy. It's supposed to give you emotions, give you feelings. It gives you all of them. Now, is he the boredest guy in the world? Who knows? But he has money and he has J-Lo. Moving on.
That's funny. That's funny.
So we want to talk about Usher. So I know about Super Bowl halftime. Every year it's been, getting better, getting worse, whatever you want to call it. So here's the thing. There's always the controversy about what was the best Super Bowl performance, this and this. Every performance, whether you like them or not, it involves a lot of work. It involves a lot of planning. It involves so much energy, so many great people behind the scenes, making sure that that happens. From Usher to Alicia Keys, Ludacris, Lady Gaga, Prince, I mean, the list goes on and on. Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, you know, Missy Elliott. Those, I mean, Rihanna, every time we have a Super Bowl halftime, you have to give respect for whatever it is. You might not like the artist, you might not like what they do, whatever the case may be, whatever they represent. But the time and the energy that it takes to go into that Super Bowl, you have to give it up to them. So for Usher, I felt like I was 18 again. He was doing all the hits. And
back in the 2000 hits, that's crazy.
That's,
like,
you know,
because a lot of the people on Instagram and Twitter,
Like-
X, were like just like 20 years too late.
shut your face. Shut your face.
He should have performed like in the 2000s
Shut your
era when he was
face.
popular.
Okay, shut your face. It doesn't matter because you know what? At the end of the day, he was living his life. He had a family. He was doing things. He was going through a lot.
I think, but I think he was still doing stuff behind the
no,
scenes,
but
like
the
writing,
thing he was
producing.
but here's the thing. Like he lost his mom. Okay, he was like going through a divorce. He was going through with his kids. He was going through it. So my man made a dedication to his mother. And I knew that hit a lot of hearts because it hit my heart because I knew about when the time that when his mom passed. I was like, yo, this was crazy. And he was at the height of his career. So for him to do something like this, to do a dedication, to do all that, I was like, yo, props to you. Then he took off his shirt. I was like, oh! I was like, yes! I said he's still looking great. He's still doing his thing. He's gonna have a new album coming out. So
It's already out.
It's already out.
Came out February 9th. It's called what is it called? It's called Coming Home.
There you go. So it's probably on Spotify right now. It's probably on all the platforms for you to go listen. So definitely go check that out. I just want to do a little highlight on my man Usher.
There it is.
There
Coming
it is.
Home.
There it is. Look at the peaches. Look at the peaches. Look at the peaches. But just to say, you know, he's doing his thing. It doesn't matter if it was 20 years too late. There's still artists that are still relevant to this day. There are still artists that are still doing their thing. It don't matter 20 years ago or 20 years from now. Their music's going to be still relevant. I'm still going to be beeping. I'm still going to be bopping. I'm still going to do what I need to go do because whatever, music is music and good music will last. That's it. I don't care what y'all have
But
to
the
say.
highlight of the night was him bringing out Alicia Keys.
That was
But
another highlight.
that was already all over the internet because they said they saw her out there rehearsing, so they knew that she was.
So it
gonna-
wasn't
that
a
she-
real
yeah, yeah.
surprise.
But
Okay.
the surprise to me, the surprise was Ludacris was there. Was it
Well, I am.
Will I Am was there? What's the name? Jermaine Dupri. Was it?
Yep,
was it
he was
Jermaine
there
Dupri?
too.
Little JD, my man came out like looking like a little school child in a school uniform.
Oh my God. In his shorts. In his shorts. But overall, I mean, it was a great, great performance.
Yep, here it is. Here's a little clip of it.
A little clip of that.
It's the only way we
Know how to rock. You were mine, my boo.
Usher and Alicia Keys taking fans back to 2004 at the Super Bowl with
Damn,
their
2004.
hit, My Boo.
Damn.
Another brother's taking over, but it's still in your eyes. That's my baby. See it no matter how I try to.
You know, not only made music together, but we support each other.
While it was speculated ahead of time,
That's out the bag.
Alicia officially surprised the Super Bowl crowd halfway through Usher's halftime performance, popping up on the field
That was dope,
behind
though.
a custom piano
Yeah.
in an all-red look.
Yeah, that was cool. Look at that.
That was great.
Kicking things off with a duet
Man.
of her hit song, If I Ain't Got You.
A little rocky in the beginning, but she killed it. She killed it.
I do feel like the
Yes.
people who are going to share it deserve just as much recognition for what they do in their careers. Rather we have collaborated together or rather they've had moments of their own.
Well, this was another moment in the books for Usher and Alicia.
I feel unbelievable.
She needs to perform again.
I know, man. She needs to do her concerts. I
Yeah,
remember we used
we
to go
saw
on
it.
her concerts. Her concerts were amazing.
Yeah. She's not an entertainer, but she's a performer. She's an actual good singer. You know, like her shows were very intimate, very like she's in the piano the whole time. It was
The whole
pretty cool.
time. Yeah, I loved it.
A little bit of dancing. She never really got up to sing, just maybe like one or two songs, right?
Yeah. But the whole time she did her thing, you know. And again, if it's 20 years too late, boohoo for you. We had the opportunity. We've had the chance to see her perform live. She's amazing. She's an amazing vocalist, an entertainer, performer, whatever you want to call
We're
it.
here with our lighters crying.
We're like, oh I know now there was this whole bunch of bullshit memes about how Swiss Beats was getting mad.
Yeah, because like, oh, he's grabbing her ass. It's a performance.
Like,
what do you expect?
Like, what you talking about? Y'all just making up shit. Like, seriously, y'all just making up shit. But again, Super Bowl is what it is. Every year gets better, and that's basically what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't like Super Bowl for the game, that's fine. You only watch it for the halftime, that's fine. That's cool too. You only watch it for the commercials, that's cool too. Everything is there for your entertainment. It's for you to enjoy. Not everybody is gonna like every performance, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. I had wings. I was chilling with family and friends. I had a good time. That's it. That's what's more important.
Exactly. That's it.
So let's go on to our other trending topics. We want to talk a little bit about health news. So it's been 1 year already since the trail derailment in Ohio. And in our live last year, we talked about it because we talked about factor in how maintenance was the key about that. If you want to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so this happened in February 3rd, 2023, the derailment. And it pretty much was it happened in Ohio, Pennsylvania border, and the train was carrying chemicals.
Yeah.
So it derailed, and all the chemicals came out, and it took almost a week or probably longer because a lot of these chemicals were released. They had to come and contain it, and now it's been a year later. So far, they still haven't determined what the cause of it. They said they will release it because right now they're still going to the hearing in June.
So even from the time that you talked about from the maintenance from, brakes and things of the train itself, chemicals are still left over till this day a year later. Yep. So in terms of just like cleanup and things like that, the EPA is saying that it is safe for people to come to the town, but people are not going. I'm like, if you knew about an accident or about chemicals and stuff, come to their town?
Right.
No.
So a lot of the residents are worried that the chemical spill might have some long-term effects in the future.
Absolutely. But again, businesses, this hasn't been really no big improvement. Again, what are some of the long-term health effects? If you're talking about chemicals, you're talking about respiratory disorders. A lot of respiratory disorders, though, a lot of them were related to 9/11. 9/11 terrible event that happened, and it caused a lot of people to have respiratory issues. Again, when we think about different chemicals, they have different interactions with all different parts of your body, the brain, the spine, your lungs, your throat, everything of you can think of, your skin. So it's just really scary to hear, to hear that there's still to a year to this day that there still have been no improvements.
The EPA in the article said that they've been monitoring the air and the water, and so far it says they haven't found any contaminants. So they're saying it's safe, but the residents are not buying it. Like every conspiracy theory, like that's out there. Like
I ain't buying it.
They're not buying it.
No way. I'm not buying it. But again, it's different. What's safety for you might not be safe for somebody else. You know what I mean? So for them to think that things have never been the same since then. So it's really sad. Like even a year later, that a worry and a concern about anything in terms of their health and things like that. So it's really messed up because a lot of businesses are leaving, a lot of residents are leaving, people are moving out. So it's very, very scary to, to hear till this day that there's no been big improvements about that, which is really crazy. Oh my goodness. Talking about another trending topic. So recently in the news, there has been a couple of instances. Oh my goodness. So in our section of Parents' Thoughts, what are your questions and thoughts about certain violence in schools? So in the last few weeks, there have been 3 instances where there was a stabbing and a shooting at a school facility. And now today we remember the 6-year anniversary or 6-year anniversary of Parkland, Florida, of the school shooting. So 6 years later, it's still been a very powerful event that occurred, and it's very scary to see that this is something that's still happening, and these are the things that we get worried about. So parents' thoughts, what are your thoughts about violence in school? So
it's sad.
It's sad.
But unfortunately, this is, we live in a day and age where, kids are much bolder now. They're not afraid to bring weapons to the school, even if the school tries to prevent it, So now there's also pushback, like, how can the faculty prevent something like this from happening. So there's a certain, I forgot what state it was that they're allowed to carry arms now. Like some of the teachers are allowed to bring weapons, like
no,
guns.
I think I'm not sure if that's
To be
the
armed.
thing, to be armed, but I know that there was a
It's
lot
like a
of
pilot
there
thing
was a
going on.
lot of it was a pilot program. I think that they were they wanted educators to be armed,
Yeah.
at one point, but then I know that the kickback was like, oh, so what if the, God forbid if something was to happen and then they were allowed to bring arms in a classroom and the parents will feel unsafe or whatever. So I know it's a lot of mixed emotions when it comes
Yeah.
to that, because in one sense they want to use it in order to protect the ones that are in the classroom, to protect them from other instances from coming in. But then now the question is, are the teachers going to use it to protect themselves from their students if the student is aggressive, if the student is,
Right.
do it. So that
So like
was like
self-defense kind of deal,
like a self-defense kind of thing. So there was a lot of things of pushback and like that. So I know that they were introducing other different things of like different locking mechanisms.
Well, they need to take a play from one of New York City schools, urban schools. We have metal detectors. We have to get a book bag scanned every day. Because
you have
like
security.
yeah,
You have
we have high security. We got what's the name, truancy police outside.
Yeah.
We have school safety out there. Like take a play from New York City.
Yeah. But even then, there's still kids that are very smart and very savvy and still,
Of course,
are able to get
even
stuff
when I was
into
in
the
high school,
school.
people would sneak in stuff. They open the
Yeah.
doors, the back door
You
for
can't check
somebody.
everybody.
You can't check everybody.
That's
but
the thing.
at least it's a preventative measure.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like people, like we grew up with being scanned in metal detectors.
Yeah,
So
we
it
had
was
to,
nothing
we
new
had
for
to clock
us.
in like prison. Like, it was like
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. It was like, yo, open your bag. Like, we got to check you.
So when we see
Put it in
other
a-
schools out in the west or south for this something, so when we see this happening, I'm like, what kind of measures are you doing? Because over here we know our schools are bad. So they put all this shit
we
in
need
place.
badasses.
Exactly. Kids will be kids.
Kids will be kids. But so I want to share like a clip about two kids that were stabbed in a Queens high school. And yeah, it just really speaks about how these things happen. It's very frustrating.
At Martin Van Buren High after two students were stabbed inside. CBS 2's Zadia Maldonado on the scene in Queens Village.
Maurice and Christina, when we first arrived here to Martin Van Buren High School, students described to us a chaotic scene moments after a lockdown took place following reports of a stabbing inside a stairwell, according to police. Kyle Morgan is a sophomore at Martin Van Buren High School in Queens
This is not too
Village.
far from the kids' old
the
school,
guy
right?
coming out in a stretcher, and he was like sitting down with his shoulder patched up, and then a little bit after I saw another guy come out with his neck down, completely covered in bandages.
He and his friend tell CBS 2 students were terrified when the principal came on the loudspeaker to announce a lockdown on Thursday.
I was kind of worried because nothing like this happened before.
Everyone was like terrified. It was a traumatic experience.
Police say a 15-year-old student is now in custody.
I feel
after
like he
two
was not
other
the right guy
students,
to interview.
Both 17 years old were stabbed in a stairwell.
Nobody wants to
Police
talk,
say one student was stabbed in the stomach. The other student was stabbed in the shoulder. Neither suffered life-threatening injuries and are
Thank
listed in
God.
stable condition. It happened around 1:15 p.m. inside the high school along Hillside Avenue. Students say that's when the school went into lockdown and they
Oh,
were
this guy
dismissed
again.
about an hour later.
I don't feel safe. I feel like the school should have metal detectors. So like we will not have something like this ever again.
Parents we spoke with left uneasy
Also, he said
about their
something about they don't have metal
children returning to the
detectors.
classroom.
Not every, yeah, it's only the bad schools.
Situation is unexplainable, and I will request to city official to get metal detector for all schools, not this school. Every school should get a metal detector.
Once again, that 15-year-old is now in police custody. Police adding it is unclear what exactly led up to this stabbing. From Queens Village, Zania Maldonado, CBS 2 News.
And in a statement, the Department of Education said the safety and well-being of students is their top priority, and they will also provide additional emotional support to any student who needs it.
Okay. All right. So we talk about violence in schools, right? So that goes hand in hand with bullying. It goes hand in hand
It
with
could be gang related. It could be
gang-related,
over a girl. It
over
could
a
be
girl.
The two kids are beefing, feuding. Like
Right.
it could stem from anything.
And that's the thing, right? It could stem from
See, but the fact that Martin Van Buren, it's not. It was never considered to be like a bad school. You know?
So you just need the one bad apple
That's
to
it.
put a bad
From now on, that
reputation.
school's gonna have metal detectors.
Yup. Yep.
Like, I went to Far Rockaway High. That shit was like in the top 3 worst schools in New York City.
Canarsie, son.
You know,
that
like,
was
yo,
what the Crips was at,
all
yo.
the bad schools was. Whew. We went through shit.
We went through it. You know what I'm saying? So for us, like, it was nothing new for me to go through a metal detector. Like, at the end of the day, I was like, all right, cool. This is where we're going. This is what we're going to do.
Of course, somebody snuck a knife in because think about it. They don't have the measures, the countermeasures to prevent something like this.
But what I'm saying, even
because they would never expect something like this to happen.
Right. So again, it could stem from something so simple, like if somebody's having a question or some beef about something, or talk about a girl, whatever the case may be. The thing is like when we think about how are the students feeling in this particular incident, right? Like if you were a student, right, in that particular school that has never been really exposed to any events like this, or exposed to any violence, or exposed to anything like this, like what would be your first initial thought?
I'd be like, well, what's going on? Do I have to transfer schools?
Right.
Like,
Right. Do I have to transfer schools? Right. Here's the thing.
Because the parents drop the kids off, the kids go to school, parents go to work. They're not expecting for something like this to happen.
School is supposed to be a place of safety. School is supposed to be a safe of security, in a sense that we leave our kids there for long periods of time. Happening if this is going to be something else, but it's just like at the end of the day, can we protect them from these things? Could have this situation been prevented? If there was a metal detector, could have been prevented? No.
Maybe it would have prevented it from happening inside the school, but it probably would have happened outside the school.
Outside of school.
Yeah, after school.
After school.
Or before school.
But then again, like, what are they going to do in terms of these type of violent acts in school? So we as parents, like, at the end of the day, what are we supposed to do? We're not supposed to send our kids to school. We could keep them homeschooled. It's the same thing like when we spoke about driving. We have all these assholes on the streets that don't know how to drive, but are we going to prevent them from not driving because we're so scared that we don't want them to go and drive? You know what I'm saying? I think the best thing is to keep your head down, mind your business, keep it pumping, keep it pushing. Don't get involved into the silliness, because this could have been something so silly, or it could have been something very serious. We don't know. We don't know the situation would happen, but then like what can we do as parents? Pray
and send my kid with a knife. I'm kidding.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny.
Send
Don't
them
get
with
canceled.
weapons.
Don't get canceled.
I'm not trying to get canceled.
Don't get canceled.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But
sorry, not sorry.
But the thing is like, do you want to send them to school with some sort of protection? A can of mace, that's illegal in certain states.
Yeah.
You know, spray. How is a spray can illegal? And then a blade up. I get you. I just didn't understand the concept or the understanding between the two. But when you think about, as parents, it's very, very scary. It's a reality. It's very, very scary. But we can't. I don't know what we can do personally in order for those things to not happen.
Yeah.
The only thing we could do is advocate for, again, mental health. Mental health is a big thing. And I know I didn't include this, but New York City has now established Teen Space. So Teen Space, what it is, it's a program that gives kids from ages from 13 to 18 a space to talk. It's a free mental health service that they provide for kids of New York City. All you have to do is just provide a number. You don't even really have to provide a lot of information. It's just enough information for them to contact you or email you and stuff, and then make appointments. So they can make the appointments on their own. But I definitely want to add that onto our list when we finish our blogs and have our updates and our links and stuff like that. So Teen Space is a great space for teenagers to kind of speak to other professionals that necessarily not your own parents, but we would love for you to talk to your parents. But if you really feel like you can't talk to them, Teen Space is a space for you guys to talk about that. So I don't know about you guys. I am trying to figure out what are we going to do for the rest of the day. Valentine's Day. Trying to get some sweets, some flowers. So
you don't like flowers?
I know I don't like flowers. I never like flowers. But we did get our last story we wanted to talk about is we went to Brooklyn yesterday for the food crawl, And we ended up going to Dekalb
Market Hall.
So what I'm pulling out here is one of the treats that we purchased. It's called the Showroom Bakehouse. So I don't know if you see that. The Showroom Bakehouse. So this particular shop sells macaroons, heart-shaped ones. They had the cronut, which is a popular item there. And they have a raspberry cronut. Yeah, I didn't show it to you. That's a raspberry.
This is my gift?
That's your gift. That's a raspberry cronut. Okay. And they had a special heart-shaped macaroons. I know.
Trying to watch what I eat, and he'll give me some sugar.
Once in a while. And they have these beautiful heart-shaped macaroons. They're so cute. Aren't they cute?
Like a little butt.
Oh, shut up, little butt. So our story we want to end with today is we had our cameras because we're gonna do like a little blog. We're gonna talk about different links and stuff. So
No. First of all.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The cronut. The crow dough nut.
Pass me the gimbal.
Which one?
The gimbal's right there. Yeah.
Where is it?
Right there, but standing right there.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, pass it. I'm sure it's
Oh, okay. Hold on. So one of our new purchases of this year, for ourselves, for the podcast, and for our traveling and our vacation, is this awesome gimbal here. So Andres, tell us a little bit about
the DJI Ronin. This is the DJI Ronin RS3 Mini. So I bought the attachment for the arm to carry it to film, and so I figured when we start going out to all these different places, I'm gonna start bringing my camera
so we could work on our vlogs.
Yeah, so our vlog and just start recording. So we get in, beautiful place, and we
didn't let the snow stop us.
Yeah, so this place is located in downtown Brooklyn, right next to Junior's, next to the old Dime Bank, and before that new construction building where this place is in, that used to be the Gallery Mall in Brooklyn.
Yeah, so taking it back like a couple
20 years.
20 years. So when we first, as you know about our love story, we first met in college.
Yeah.
So college was where we met. So that is like our old stomping ground, is where we worked, is where we lived, is where we went to school, is where we ate, we hung out. So to see the big change from 20 years ago till now, we're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Right. So we had all this day planned out before the snow of where to go in Brooklyn to eat for breakfast.
Yep.
Bakery, and then for lunch, probably go somewhere, and they had to come home, pick up the kids. She had a doctor's appointment, and then probably look for somewhere to eat for dinner in Brooklyn. So our day was our Valentine's Day food crawl was supposed to be in Brooklyn. So we ended up going to Dekalb Market Hall, which we ended up finding on Instagram. And like I said, we're walking around filming in between all these places. And we ended up sitting down, and all of a sudden this lady approaches us and asks us, what media company are we filming for? And so I'm looking at her like I was scared because I'm like, do I need a permit to film here?
Right.
Like,
we were like,
so I'm like, I didn't know how to answer. And then she was like, oh no. And I was like,
I got you. I'm like, hi, my name is Stephanie. We have a traveling food blog and a podcast. This is why we're filming here. And this is the reason why we're going to do all these things. And we wanted to do a food crawl. We told her about our love story. We talked about Brooklyn and stuff like that. She goes, oh my God,
that's so cool.
That is so cool. And it's like, so we ended up like showing her our website. I showed her like our trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, YouTube channel.
And stuff like that. So we ended up like showing her a whole bunch of stuff. And we were talking, and she's like, I'll be right back. And I said, what do you mean she'd be right back?
Oh yeah, she was like, and then she was like, oh, I'm gonna see if I could get you guys some Dekalb dollars to spend here.
I don't know what that was.
Okay, so I'm thinking she's probably gonna give us like maybe like $5, $10 gift cards,
So she comes back and she has a stack of cards.
Yeah, a stack
worth of $100.
Yeah, she gave us like a whole stack of cards.
So
$5 Dekalb bucks.
So each one is $5 that you can use towards any purchase towards any of the restaurants in the whole market. So we was like, oh shit.
I was like, listen.
I was like, whoa.
I was like, I would have been happy with just like 15, like $15.
She could have given us one card.
She gave us one card.
I would have been satisfied. But the fact that she came out of, she went out of her way to go give us these $100 for us to spend on the restaurant, it was amazing. So we tried about 6 or 7, 8 things at the restaurant, and we were pleasantly surprised, and the kids had a great time, and we're definitely going to show some videos and stuff like that. So
shout out to Sabrina.
Shout out to Sabrina at Dekalb Market place.
Yep,
So,
she is the marketing director of the whole place there.
yeah. So she came and she approached us, and we were super excited. We were like, "Oh, we about to eat. It's about to go
I was
down."
like, yo, I said I gotta bring my gimbal and camera more often.
And wherever we go, if it means that we get to get free money and decal bus, absolutely. But we're gonna
that
definitely.
was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. She didn't have to do it, but thank you.
No, she didn't have to, and it was a really great experience, and
The kids loved it.
the kids loved it. So definitely, if you guys are interested, you can go to the Dekalb Market Hall. You can follow them on Instagram. We're going to be putting links, photos, all the stuff, all our reviews on food and stuff like that. So definitely want you guys to definitely check out food at Dekalb Market Hall. So guys, we want to tell you happy Valentine's Day again, hoping that you are able to spend a special time with your loved one, your significant other. Oh. And if you know, I have a special blanket that was made for me for Valentine's. You see our faces there with a special blanket, and it has the title of our wedding song. So I don't know if you want to go make a little dedication with our wedding song, if you can find that on Spotify and play it for us there.
I can't play. It's copyright stuff. So
You can't. Oh, it's copyrighted. Well, whatever. It is what it is. So you guys can go get you a specially made blanket with your faces on it. And where'd you get this from?
I have no idea. I don't even remember.
Oh my God. Did you get it from Etsy?
No.
Damn, you don't even know where you got it?
I got it from some website that I saw on Facebook. But it's one of those websites that pop up on your feed once in a while.
See, this is what happens when you don't share it, you don't save it or you like put a tab
how
on it.
long did I get that? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, you got it for our wedding anniversary. Didn't you? Or was it for my birthday?
I got it for
Valentine's.
For Valentine's Day or for Christmas?
Yeah, Valentine's. There we go. It was 3 years ago. Yep. Yeah. But hey, guys, this is Stephanie.
This is Andre.
And this is Table for Four, a family conversation podcast. Welcome to Live Sessions. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to be doing another special episode that's going to be released this Friday with the Cardiartist. We had an interview with him last week.
And I have another announcement. It's just back to back. Back to back. Back to back, guys.
Oh, wait.
Wait. There's more. So, we have.
Oh!
Nice.
Can you read that?
Brave, resilient, courageous. Their fight is our fight. The Cardiartist. I love that.
So, this is my dream come true. 1,000%. Everything else is my dream come true. I love it, but it's things that I have thought of throughout the process of creating the brand. But this was something that I thought of as I was in the hospital. Even my mother remembers. She has a picture of me waiting in the lobby as I'm leaving after spending some time in the hospital recovering after a surgery. And in that picture, I said, I was at Columbia Presbyterian. And she reminded me, you said in this picture that you're going to have your art in the hospital one day. And I am. So this here is for the entire cardiac unit of Columbia Presbyterian.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
So they started wearing it today.
That is amazing.
Which is February 7th.
That's right. That's right. Today is February 7th. Is the beginning of CHD week. Ends on the 14th. So that's why every single cardiac staff member in that unit is going to be wearing it. Shout out to Cash. Cash was an integral part of this. He is a nurse that works there. Really good friend of mine. He was able to talk to his bosses and figure out a way so that I was able to do this for them.
And he is going to be talking about his auction. He's going to give us like behind the scenes work. He's going to be revealing all the new special projects he's been working on. So we were super excited. We're going to talk to him, and his episode is going to be released this Friday. So don't forget to check that out. Guys, welcome to our live sessions where we talk about everything else in between. We're talking about health. We're talking about social media. We're talking about parenting. We're talking about all these things, our thoughts and our opinions. And we want you guys to join us on our live sessions on Wednesdays, 7:30. Shop.
Yeah.
If there's no technical difficulties. And guys, continue to listen to the podcast. We're on all platforms. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on Google. We're on Radio. We're on all the social medias, YouTube. We're on Twitch, right? I forgot. We always mention that we're on Twitch.
Now. We're on Twitch
so
now.
you guys can follow the live stream. You can talk to us. Leave us comments. If you have any questions, if you want to join us on our live sessions, definitely join us. Hit us up on our social medias. And this is Table for Four, a family conversation podcast. And we will see you on the next one. Take care. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.
Bye.